Let's start with fan fiction. So you got
Okay.
Supernatural, which is like your favorite TV show during the pandemic, and you're all into
Yep.
it. And then
Yep.
I'm tacitly assuming that the characters are offshoots from the show. What's the relationship between your love of Supernatural during the pandemic and your own writing?
Okay. So yeah, that's a good question. So, um, I there's no similarities really to the characters in the story. I kind of used it as a um like a an inspiration really. I knew that, so the difference about between Descendants of the Gods and Supernatural is there are no witches, there are no vampires, there are no werewolves, there's none of that. So it's strictly gods and demons. And I did a ton of research when I wrote this. I looked into Mesopotamia because I was like, I wanted to go as far back in human history as I could with gods, because I postulate that like the gods have always been real and that they've just had different names. I'm not the first person to say this, by the way. I came across this in my research. There was a guy, I'm going to butcher his name. I think his name, you pronounce it Herodotus or Herodotus. I don't know.
Herodotus,
Herodotus?
the historian, the Greek historian.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, good. So you know him. All right.
yeah,
He
yeah.
said he's the one who said, the Greek gods are the same as the Roman gods and the same as the Egyptian gods. So I just took it even further and I went back to Mesopotamia. So the character of Enlil, he is basically Zeus. And so he factors in the book. I have a character named Isamud. He is essentially Hermes or Mercury, the messenger god. And and there are demons, and so I a little bit of the way that in Supernatural demons would possess people, but people would be possessed, I think, through their mouths. And I have it so that they go in through the brainstem, and so you can mark your body. That's another thing that's from Supernatural. They have these like marks that you can trap a demon or whatever. You can put it on the wall, and they're trapped in the room. There's like I used little things like that. And then, but then I was like, Dean never had a love interest. I know people really shipped him and Cass, and that would have been, something interesting to to write about. But I wanted Dean. I was like, he never got his like love story truly, and so I had. Oh, and I also, so it's in the title, Descendants of the Gods. I also say that not only are they real, but like all the stories about them, um, like Hercules, Perseus, like all of these where gods were, intermingling with humans, uh, that happened, and you did have demigods, and then their bloodlines have lived on, and that would explain why some people are really superior athletes, or they're super smart, and that they, stand out kind of from the population, and that not only that, but that they're drawn to each other. So, um, yeah, so like Finn she's got a bloodline. Luke has a bloodline. Matt has a bloodline. Ollie has a bloodline, and they're all descendants from different gods. And you find out in the book, who's who.